But you know me, bro. We're going in. All the YouTube plebs have to wait for part 2. Alright. YouTube plebs have to wait for part 2, dude. Supreme Court of Judicature. Defendant's Antechamber 5. Excellent work, Ryunosuke. That was superb. Ugh. My heart was in my mouth the entire time. It was almost unbelievable. I mean, looking at you in there, you were drenched in sweat, your eyes popping, your knees knocking, and you were grinding your teeth. It was a grim sight, but before I knew it, you started finding inconsistencies in the testimonies. I think you might have a natural talent for being a lawyer. Forget it, it's terrifying. If I get through this, I don't ever want to see the inside of a courtroom again. Anyway, it looks like we exposed your phantom lady at last. Oh, Kazuma's gonna die, bro. Oh, yeah. Technically, that's true. That is true. Oh, my eye. Why is my eye irritated? That's true. Miss Giselle Brett? A student from Great Britain, is she? That's what I'm trying to tell everyone from the start. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone. There was a young woman with him, like I've been saying all along. Yes, you have. Haven't you? I might not be overly confident in the courtroom, but my powers of observation are one thing I am sure of. Yes, I can see that. So about the young gentlewoman. Thanks to our detective friend, she was hastily escorted away from the scene, it seems. Yeah, so like, this is the case before the main character becomes an attorney, in a sense. This is it. Did you see what happened with that? Dude, Kazuma's gonna fucking die. I'm gonna be fucking so sad when he dies. I'm gonna be fucking destroyed. Like, I'm gonna be fucking devastated. I was just on my way out of the restaurant myself, then on the floor next to Dr. Wilson's table, I noticed there was a gun lying on the floor. And just after I bent down and picked it up, bang! I didn't have time to think about where the sound of the gunshot had come from. The waiter ran over to me, looking as white as a sheet. Dude, I swear to God, fucking Ryunosuke, dude. What are you thinking? You see a gun on the ground and you want to pick it up? Holy shit, what are you fucking thinking? Yeah, Dahlia Hawthorne. And he bundled me into some sort of small pantry next to the kitchen. Fast thinking by the detective, he apprehended his suspect without a moment's delay. Yes, and because I was shut in the pantry, I have no idea what had happened outside in the dining area. Huh. Ah, there you are. Well done, both of you. Professor Mikotoba. Well, it seems I was right. The pair of you make an outstanding team. You exceeded my expectations, I have to say. Yes, it seems you planned this from the start. You arranged things so I wouldn't be able to act as a lawyer in this trial. Our modern country is still in its infancy, our justice system even more so. Which is why I firmly believe that we need to send our brightest young stars overseas to learn all they can. I wanted to avoid a situation that may have resulted in your study tour to Great Britain being cancelled. Well, it makes no difference. Lawyer or otherwise, if I'm the kind of man who can't help his best friend avert the worst of crisis of his life, I shouldn't waste everyone's time by going to study overseas anyway. What? What are you saying, Kazuma? Huh. So that's your stance. I was afraid you feel that way. Kazuma? Well then. It looks like it all comes down to you, young man. To me? Yes. You need to prove your innocence and uncover what really took place in that restaurant. I must say, I very much want to know the truth. After all, I have a personal connection to this case. Come to think of it, he said the same thing earlier this morning, didn't he? If you don't mind me asking, Professor, did you know the victim? Yes, I did. As you're probably aware, Dr. John H. Wilson was a visiting professor at UMA, and it was I who invited him. Oh, I see. I didn't know that before. Anyway, you're about to go into battle. The victim was a university professor from Great Britain, and a well-known one at that. Naturally, our government is looking to identify and punish the culprit as quickly as possible. But let's not forget who we're going up against. The gentlewoman whose involvement our police bureau went to extraordinary lengths to hide. Yes, and I'm sure the prosecution will be using every tool at their disposal to quash your case. But I have no doubt that you pair will put up a good fight, right to the last. Best of luck. Thank you. Now then. I need you to run an errand at the university at once. There's something I think we may need. Of course. Good luck, Kazuma-sama. Defendant Naruhodo. Court recess is over. Please make your way back inside the courtroom at once. It's time. Let's get back to it, partner. Let's go in there and deal a decisive blow. Before those old fossils know what hit them. Kazuma. What? Thank you. Really? What for? Well, if you hadn't said you believed me, then I'm fairly sure I'd already have been found guilty by now. Look, I have faith in you. As a lawyer and as a friend. Coming from you, that means a lot. If I'm found guilty in this trial, he's really going to give up on his dream of studying abroad. That's the kind of true friend he is. So this isn't just my battle anymore. Whoever we're up against, we absolutely can't afford to lose. Alright then. I'll save the thank yous for after the trial. You can treat me to one of the sukiyaki meals I like from Yume Cafeteria on University Street. With an extra large portion, of course. Damn, bro. Shit, I want to go back to campus and get a fucking LB burrito, bro. That shit is good. I missed that. 22nd November, 12:09 p.m. Supreme Court of Judicature, Courtroom 2. Yeah, I think a lot of stuff on campus is closed, off limits. Oh, you talking about that? Yeah, dude. The Starbucks is gone. Panda Express is gone. Dude, they closed a shit ton of fucking stuff. Like, oh my, Starbucks is gone. Dude, everybody at Cal State, bro, they're gonna fucking freak out because I think like 90% of the fucking students there got Starbucks. Everybody's about to freak the fuck out. The court hereby resumes the trial of Yunosuke Naruhodo. Prosecutor Aochi, have you managed to subpoena the witness? Yes, Your Excellency, against all odds. And thanks to a certain young stripling, the prosecution is now under rather painful scrutiny from the government. Oh fuck, I read in the wrong voice. Ugh, sorry. Let the government scrutinize. That's their job. It's nothing to worry about. It's highly unlikely that the good relations we forged with Great Britain will emerge from this trial unscathed. But you still think there's nothing to worry about when the new treaty breaks down in our nation founders? Again, terribly sorry. If the friendship between our nations is really so fragile, then the treaty isn't worth the paper it's written on. You really have nothing to worry about, Yunosuke. What do you mean? A secret trial, anxiety over some foreign government's opinions as a bungled investigation, missing witnesses. Is this what our nation's justice system is? Is this the Supreme Court of Japan? Or of England? Shut up, you jumped up rookie boy. You and your friend know nothing in the situation our nation finds itself in. By aligning ourselves with a great world power, we'll become strong. Diplomacy has never been more critical. Steady political maneuvering is what will secure our futures. I won't deny that I'm no expert. I'm just a student and one who could arguably study harder too. But standing here now in our Supreme Court, there is one thing that I feel very strongly. A country that fails to uphold the truth in its justice system is a country of no future at all. True! True! That is the big true. Well said, Ryunosuke. Dude, that is the craziest shit he ever said this whole case. That is the... oh my god. Despite the wide-eyed look of terror.
You little brats!
Thank you, Counsel. This court is the pinnacle of our nation's justice system and exists solely for the pursuance of truth. With that in mind, this trial will now resume with the next witness taking a stand. The visiting student from Great Britain, Miss Giselle Brett. Yes.
Yes! Your Excellency!
God, I don't know, his fucking forehead must be like a rock, bro. Dude, she looks like Dahlia. I'll be fucking crazed. Whoa.
Well, what a delight it is to welcome such a fine gentlewoman to Japan, and from such a distant land.
Tea! Someone bring English tea. And is she gonna fucking seduce these guys? Is she gonna go,
Tee, look at my titties.
oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious, dude. Tea, someone bring English tea. In England, no discussion takes place without tea. Is that true? No idea. So,
Ahem. Could we possibly trouble you to state your name and occupation for the court?
of course. My name is Satoru Hosonaga. I have been working undercover as the head waiter at La Carnival, but my true...
Yes, we all know. We know all about you already.
Inspector Hosonaga, what are your manners? In England, it's always ladies first. Is that true? No idea. More importantly, a little earlier today, you said something to me. You said your powers of observations are the one thing you're sure of. Oh yes, I think I did, didn't I? Yet your description of this amazing sight was simply a woman. Sorry, Ryunosuke, but powers of observation aside, your powers of description are sorely lacking. Guilty. Yeah, I like his like, really, bro? Like his really, bro face. I like that. That shit's so fucking funny, dude.
So, dear lady, once again, if we may trouble you for your name and occupation, please.
What the fuck? Why she gotta hide her face? Oh, she's speaking English. We don't know. Oh, she's speaking English. Oh. She's speaking English. And we don't have an English translator. This is fucking doomed.
I'm terribly sorry, dear lady, but what?
The lady says her name is Giselle Brett. She comes from London, England. She's a visiting research student, currently enrolled in Yume University's medical faculty.
Oh my, what a rare treat.
Dude, you ever wonder how awkward it is? Like, let's say you're like an English person, like, and we go to like Japan or some shit, like a different country, and we're in a court case, and they start speaking in their language, and we don't know what the fuck's going on. Dude, oh shit. Oh my god.
Oh my, what a rare treat to hear the dulcet tones of the delighted language of the British people. I'm afraid I don't understand a word you said, but it was as beautiful as a hummingbird song.
As far as I can tell, the detective is translating her words faithfully enough. Yes, I agree. Ha! You'll obviously do fine in England, Kazuma. Her English doesn't rattle you at all, does it? Nor are you. You clearly been paying attention in your English classes, Ryunosuke. You be mod check? Fuck. Dude, it still didn't update. That's weird. Maybe I gotta restart stream for it to update, but you know, we'll see tomorrow. Now, if we may trouble you to confirm something, Miss Brett, 3 days ago, at a restaurant called La Carnival, a grim murder took place. The court has been led to believe that you were dining there with the victim, Dr. Wilson, at the time. Is that correct? Oh, I see. Oh, okay. She says yes. Wait, all that for yes? No way, that's fucking bullshit. All that for hell no, she said something else, bro. So even though she's studying here in Japan, she can't speak any Japanese? She'd like to apologize for disappearing from the scene. She says that she was due to make a presentation at the university, so she had to leave immediately. Interesting. When you're the one who engineered her escape. I was just following special orders from the bureau. Well now, dear lady, would you be so kind as to
Well now, dear lady, could you be so kind as to cast your eyes over this photographic print? Seeing as you were so unfortunately present at the scene of the crime, could it be that your resplendent eyes caught sight of the wicked perpetrator? Perhaps?
Apparently, it was a very frightening and sorrowful sight. Do you mean to say, yes, it would appear the lady did witness the crime? The very moment when the accused, standing right there in the courtroom, shot the victim in cold blood. Dude, look at that outfit. Holy shit. That shit is a flowery outfit. Order! Order in the court!
Did you hear that, Your Excellency? Here we have absolutely conclusive witness statement.
Well, it looks like it's clear now. Clear who our real enemy is. Chink! Our real enemy. Unfortunately, I'll ask you to formally testify, if you please. Kindly tell the court the exact nature of this frightening and sorrowful sight you described. Bro, she can speak Japanese, bro. Why the fuck is she studying in Japan and she can't speak Japanese? There has to be like a little bit, just a little bit of it. Oh my goodness gracious, we're gonna have to go through this shit. I had arranged to meet for a slightly late luncheon with Dr. Wilson that day. The professor was unable to eat, so I ordered for myself only a beef steak. After a while, the accused came over to greet the professor, and they got into a fierce argument. Then not long afterwards, the accused took the professor's gun and shot him right before my eyes. I don't carry a gun myself, so obviously I couldn't have been the culprit. Dude, can we inspect the gun? Obviously we can inspect the gun and see it, because you could tell when it was last fired. If it was fired recently or not. Dude, I'd be a good ass lawyer, bro. I'll be a good ass fucking lawyer. I'll be the ace attorney. No, I didn't have any kind of argument with the professor at all.
Quiet, you filthy wretch! Look at you, you black-hearted blackguard! Now look at this Snow White angel! I'm sure even a dark-minded scoundrel like you can imagine whose words the court is going to believe.
Ugh. You're still making the same mistakes, Ryunosuke. You mustn't blurt out when you're goaded like that. That's a lesson you need to learn. Ugh, but he's so annoying. Of course, I was at the scene as well. I took statements from this lady and the two witnesses who testified before and reported back to the bureau. It was decided that Miss Brett was not involved, so I let her go. The testimonies of the last two witnesses were completely worthless, however. Well, even so, on the day in question, the lady was wearing the same outfit as she is today. As you can see, there's nowhere about her person where she could conceal a firearm. I would think she could hide a gun almost anywhere in that outfit if she wanted to.
Unless and until the precise location where the witness is to have hidden a weapon can be shown, this is moot.
Bro, she could put there. There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun. Those are the witness's own words in this matter. It's ridiculous. Only I was allowed to lift up her dress, I could prove it. Don't think about doing anything rash, Ryunosuke. If I didn't fire the gun I picked up, there must be another gun there that day. You're right about that. Which means this lady was hiding a gun somewhere. Yes, and that's what we have to prove now. And to do so, we will need to pull her testimony apart. Yo, she just smiled. The defense may now cross-examine the witness. Oh yes, Your Excellency. Cross-examination. Let's review our shit real quick. I had arranged to meet for a slightly late luncheon with Dr. Wilson that day. The professor was unable to eat, so I ordered for myself only a beef steak. After a while, the accused came over to greet the professor, and they got into a fierce argument. Then not long afterwards, the accused took the professor's gun and shot him right before my eyes. I don't carry a gun myself, so obviously I couldn't have been the culprit.
Yes!
It's all very well saying that, but can you prove it? Absolutely. I verified it personally. You verified it? Yes. Immediately after the incident, I checked to make sure the lady was not carrying a weapon. I indistinctly remember her saying, "I'm not." Wait. Why did she already reply that she's not? That's suspicious. That's all you did? You just asked her? Surely you carried out a physical search, Inspector. No. Why on earth not? The honorable English gentlewoman clearly stated that she did not possess a weapon.
There was obviously no need for any further probing into the matter.
Dear God, dude, this is the worst fucking investigator I've ever seen in my life. Well, there was no permission given for any further probing into the matter, perhaps.
Think what you will, but if you're going to continue with this preposterous claim that the refined lady was concealing a firearm, the prosecution demands that you support your assertion with facts.
In other words, he wants evidence. Ugh. The lady wishes to point out that of course she wanted to stay and assist with an investigation, but she was in a hurry to give a presentation at the university. She was compelled to leave. Look, she's smiling again. Not to mention the fact that your office had told you to get the woman out of there. Now get her out of there. I just urged her to leave. The lady would like to point out that she in no way meant to run away from the scene of the crime. Which is why she's only too happy to cooperate and testify here in court today, of course.
Unlike a certain student who refuses to admit when the game is up. You could at least have the courtesy to pay attention when I'm goading you.
So she's maintaining that you got into an argument with the professor at the end of which you shot him. Which is an out and out, totally unfounded lie. Still, her statement is very compelling. After all, she's an elegant, refined, young, and beautiful gentlewoman from Great Britain. In stark contrast to you, dressed from head to toe in a dull black school uniform, I'm dressed exactly the same way you are, except for the flapping red ribbons. Well, anyway, this is our only chance to expose her testimony as the fiction that it is. If we can't do that, the trial's over. Even you, with your thick skin, must be able to feel the murderous looks you're getting from around the room. Only too well, I feel half dead already. And the fact that I can't see a single inconsistency in her testimony isn't making me feel any better either. The first thing I do is press her on any of her statements that seems even slightly off to you. Do that and an opening will present itself. I promise you. Oh, we press her now. I need to expose the true face of this exotic foreigner that's hiding behind the mask. That's what I should be aiming for in this cross-examination. Wait. Can I go back? Fuck. Why? I was gonna press her. Why are you meeting the professor? Alright, let's just press her on this stuff. I never got into an argument with the professor. All I did when I noticed him was go over to say hello. Please don't get angry with me. No, I wasn't directing that retort at you. It was meant for the lady next to you. But anyway, as I said, I did not argue with the professor. I'm afraid your words are in vain. Sorry? Miss Brett does not appear to speak Japanese.
No, of course not. Japanese is such a cumbersome language anyway.
I did not argue. I did not argue. We must also speak. Oh no, dude. Oh no, dude.
We must all speak English.
Jesus Christ. I wonder if that prosecution will feel that way forever. Or only in the presence of a beautiful woman, huh? Well, that beautiful woman is telling blatant lies with a completely straight face. I have to find something that will unravel her testimony, no matter how seemingly insignificant it may be. Anyway, it seems that after an argument, the accused briefly returned to his own seat. That part ties in with what you said, doesn't it? Yes, I still had some coffee to drink. And the next time you got up after that was when I finished my coffee and stood up to leave. She's smiling!
Yes!
Like I said, I did not shoot that gun. And like I said, there's no point repeating that assertion over and over. Well, I wasn't expecting to be attacked by my own side. Nevertheless, defendant, you can't deny that when the shot rang out in the restaurant, you had a gun in your hand. Well, yes, that's true, but all I did was pick up the gun I saw on the floor next to the professor as I was leaving the restaurant. In fact, yes, there was someone much closer to the victim than me at that time. The highly suspicious lady.
That will do, you dirty, rotten scoundrel.
Dirty?
Your baseless accusations could very well cause an international incident, boy.
It seems to me that your accusation is just as baseless as ours.
Shush. What nonsense. The lady is merely stating what she saw.
Oh, the lady is merely stating what she saw. And this is already an international incident as far as I'm concerned, anyway. We're gonna press her at the beginning. Why the fuck? Why is she... What's the point of her talking to him in the first place? Why is she there? That's what we need to figure out. Why is she there?
Yes.
After 2 p.m. in fact. That's quite a late lunch, isn't it?
You don't keep up with the latest fashions from Britain, do you? Late luncheons are in vogue, isn't that right?
No.
Ugh!
A decisive English no has quite a sting to it. The gentlewoman is currently working in the victim's research laboratory, it seems. So it's apparently a daily occurrence that they would have lunch together. But on the day in question, the victim had another appointment at the clinic first. Yes, which we can prove from the medical report card that was submitted as evidence earlier. That's right. Miss Brett and the victim went to lunch following the victim's treatment, which is why it was so late. Yes, that all makes perfect sense.
Such wonderful logic! What a shining example of English intelligence this fine gentlewoman is!
Shut up, simp! Ah. So you both arrived at the restaurant. What happened next?
Yes!
He was unable to eat, you say? And that was because he just had a tooth removed at the Hada clinic, correct? That's right. You're supposed to actually check with the witness before answering. Was Miss Brett aware of that fact? It seems so, yes. She heard that the professor was to have some dental treatment. So that would mean that it was you who ate the steak pictured here. Is that right, Miss Brett? That's right, yes. The print you have there shows the table exactly as it was left after the horrifying events. Exactly as it was left.
Dear me, what a harrowing experience! To travel to a distant island on the far side of the world and be embroiled in such a tragic incident. Have no fear, my dear lady. I swear I will crush the evil fiend that has subjected you to this terrible plight.
So the victim, Dr. Wilson, had nothing to eat or drink at all. That's right. Other than some carbonated water. Wait. No. Wait. He can't drink carbonated water. Wait a minute. So it appears that the diners toasted their lunch with a glass of water of each. Wait a minute. Wait. They each raised a glass of carbonated water? Wait. I could have sworn there's only one water in the fucking picture. There's only one. Wait. What do you think, Ryunosuke, about the witness's last statement? It's very meaningful. Oh, Jesus. That last statement of yours, Miss Brett, has a profound bearing on this case. Well, how fascinating. Do tell us, what is this profound bearing? The significance of the statement will become apparent when the time is right. The defense calls for the witness's last statement to be formally added to the testimony. Well sidestepped, counsel. Or,
Well sidestepped, counsel.
very well, Miss Brett. Kindly repeat what you just said to be added to your official testimony. Gladly, she said. That was brilliant, Kazuma. I'm going to remember that one. Which one? The significance will become apparent when the time is right. I could really use that phrase. Really, bro? I really hope there are some more useful tips you're picking up from this experience than that, Ryunosuke. Really, bro?
Yes.
That's it. Let me just confirm something, please. It's to do with this photographic print. Just a short while ago, you spoke of this print showing the victim's table at the crime scene. That it was exactly as it was left. That is correct, the lady says. Well, it's odd. Very odd.
Dear me, what's odd is the defense inability to express itself.
Ugh. Ryunosuke, what is it about the print that looks odd to you? Well, obviously, it's the cheers. The
cheers?
Miss Brett just told us that she and the professor had cheers over a glass of water. But if that's true, there should be 2 glasses on the table, not 1. You're quite right, Counsel. There's only 1 glass pictured here.
Are we supposed to be impressed by this nitpicking over miniature?
What the fuck was that last word?
What possible difference does the presence or absence of a glass make on the case?
What the fuck is that word? Minute? Minutu? Minita? What the? Could it be that the detective here removed the glass from the table to conceal the lady's presence? Of course not. I would never do something so reckless. Oh. But there should have been 2 glasses on the table. Or are you going to try to tell me you can clink with only 1? You're quite right. I certainly took 2 glasses to the table. Inspector, what did the lady say? It was seen that it was Miss Brett who took the glass from the table. Huh? It was also terrifying, everything that happened. I panicked and thought I should try to hide the fact that I've been there at all, she's saying. But where could she have put the glass? Oh no shit. Now uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Sorry.
There, as I assured the court before.
There's no consequence at all.
Oh, please.
We must remember that this student had just murdered this lady's luncheon companion before her very eyes. Who could blame her for concealing a glass or two in her state of disarray?
But that's absurd. Oh, really? So do we... Oh,
So do we take it that you are not going to accuse this vulnerable young and beautiful woman of mischief?
huh? Nani? No. This can't be put down to mischief. I'd like to know exactly how the lady took the glass from the scene. It was seen that she slipped it into a small handbag she was carrying. A handbag, you say? Boom. You put the gun in the handbag. Boom. Game over. You just sealed your fucking contract. It's done. Yes, Your Excellency, a small handheld pouch commonly carried by a well-to-do woman in England. Shut the fuck up, simp.
So the beautiful lady has very graciously explained how and why she removed the glass from the scene now. However, the fact remains that this glass has absolutely no bearing on the case.
Huh.
This student has been trying to confuse the court with logical reasoning, but in the end, it comes to nothing.
Oh, all right. Is that word banned? I totally forgot about that. Is that really? Is that really banned? Holy shit! Oh my goodness.
No more pretentious accusations. You have wasted enough time already.
Indeed, the lady has offered a satisfactory explanation as to why she removed this glass. I think henceforth we can consider the matter to have no bearing on the case. Counsel for the defense, are you in agreement? Well, I don't know, really. If you want to pursue this matter further, you're going to need to show that it has some deeper significance. Yes, you're right. So she took the glass away in her handbag? If there's a deeper significance, there is. The handbag. Wait, the lady put the glass in her handbag, you say?
Yes, do try to keep up. It's already been explained to the court that all English gentlewomen carry handbags or small items.
Let me see. A little while ago, Miss Brett stated the following. There are no pockets in my outfit. I have nowhere to hide a gun. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, the music turned off. But what she forgot to mention was her handbag. Oh my goodness. In which it would perfectly be possible to conceal a gun. You're right. Well done, partner. I had a feeling you'd pick up on that too. What are you insinuating, you
vile blackguard?
It's really very simple. The gunshot was heard when the defendant picked up the gun from the restaurant floor. As he didn't fire that gun, we can deduce there must have been another firearm at the scene. The true murder weapon, if you will. You can't seriously...
You can't seriously be suggesting...
Inspector Hosonaga. Yes? Did you or did you not search Mr. Zale Brett's handbag on the day of the murder? No, sir, I did not. This is the worst fucking investigator. This guy's worse than Detective Dick Gumshoe, bro. What in the fuck? Oh my goodness. This guy's worse than Gumshoe. Holy shit. In other words, another gun, the one that was actually used to kill the professor, could have been hidden in Miss Brett's handbag.
No!
Order, order, order!
What is the meaning of this, Inspector?
The meaning of what, Prosecutor Ouchie?
Why on earth did you not have the lady open her handbag and show you the contents at the time? Thanks to your bungling incompetence, now she has to endure these uncomfortable accusations.
Brilliant work, partner. Now we have a chance to expose the real woman behind the mask. Do you think so, Kazuma? Well, what a sorry situation. Clearly you have no faith in the police. As I said, I did not search the lady's handbag after the shooting. Simply because it was unnecessary. Huh? Unnecessary in what way? I ought to thank the student lawyer, really. I have a piece of evidence here that I had completely forgotten about. How do you forget about a piece of evidence? What in the fuck? The photographic print. Wait a fucking minute. The print is of a photograph that I thought would be prudent to take immediately after the shooting. As you can see, it clearly shows Miss Brett's handbag. Wait, why is it so visual? Why is it so see-through? Well, I never. You can see right through to what's inside. That's right. Apparently, meshwork bands like these are the height of fashion in London at the moment. So the contents are clearly visible. Exactly. So there's no need to search the lady's handbag. If there had been a gun inside, it would have been immediately obvious. Ah! As you can see, there's nothing to imply Miss Brett's guilt here. Man, this bitch ass waiter, bro. Throw this guy in fucking jail. Throw this guy in jail too, bro. Thank you for helping to prove that, Naruhodo-san. Order, order. Inspector Hosonaga, you will submit that print as evidence at once. Certainly, Your Excellency. The photograph of the handbag has been entered into the court record. I think you had long enough to cross-examine the witness, counsel. The court has now been shown considerable evidence. As the photographic print just submitted into the court record appears to have no further significance, I am satisfied that there is no longer any room for doubt in this matter, and I must make my ruling. Indeed.
And there is only one logical conclusion, that the pathetic rookie slumped over the bench before us is the only possible perpetrator of the crime.
No. Just when I thought I was beginning to turn things around, I'm in a worse situation than I was at the start. Kazuma? I'm sorry, Ryunosuke. Now that the cross-examination of the witness is over, there's no way to force the trial to continue. What? You mean this is it?
Sha. I must say you put up quite a fight for a rookie student. But the weak are meat while the strong eat. You are wasting your time. There is no way to defeat true justice. The fact that you can chew onto your heart content from the inside of your cell.
This can't be happening. Am I really going to be found guilty of a crime that I didn't commit? And Kazuma, his dreams of going to study in Great Britain will slip through his fingers. Kazuma, what? Is there really no chance now of turning things trial around? You heard the judge. There's nothing about that last photograph the detective produced that we can contest, which means there's no basis on which we can argue for the trial to continue. Very well. I will now proceed immediately to the ruling.
It seems we'll be able to report to the British government on time after all.
That smug little... Ryunosuke Naruhodo, having reconsidered all of the evidence placed before me, I hereby find you... Yes! Yes. Oh shit, he didn't raise his hand. Wait, Your Excellency. Yonosuke. I don't think you can rule on this case yet. No more hand raising.
This amateurish is getting tedious. When His Excellency deems that the trial is over, he gives his ruling. This is the most basic protocol of the courtroom.
Yes. Whoa, new pose, new pose. Your Excellency, just a moment ago you said this. As the photographic print just submitted appears to have no further significance, there is no longer any room for doubt in this matter, and I must make my ruling. Now that means if there was a problem with the evidence, some significant detail I mean, then ruling on the case at this time would be out of the question. This is blatant straw crunching. Look at the photograph.
This is blatant straw clutching. Look at the photographic print. All it shows is the handbag the gentlewoman was carrying on the day in question. There can be no problem with this evidence.
You better know what you're doing, Ryunosuke. I understand your objection, counsel. Certainly, the new evidence submitted by the detective has not undergone a court scrutiny. However, I fail to see how we can glean any new information from this handbag.
Ha! My thoughts exactly. Really, the prosecution's becoming tired of this rookie desperate wheezes.
Yes, I am desperate, but this isn't a wheeze. There's something about this photograph which just doesn't seem right. If only I could put my finger on it. Very well, I will grant the defense one final opportunity.
What?
But be warned that if I am unsatisfied by your response here, the trial will be over with immediate effect. Do I make myself clear? Yes, Your Excellency. Wait, fuck, what could be wrong with about the bag? So take another look at the photographic print Inspector Hosonaga submitted before. Here, you will identify it in court with this print. We will see the significant detail to which you have alluded. Oh boy. What is this? Why does he have like a bull-like... Why does he have like a bull-like mark on his arm? What is that? Why is it like that? Is it that? He has like a bull-like blood stain on his arm. What the fuck is it like? Dude, I keep looking at this, like... Because... Yeah, I only lose one mark. Might be worth pursuing, but I want to get this in one shot. The weird thing is, like, why is it only transparent from one side? Shouldn't it be transparent on both sides? Fuck. Fuck. But if we talk about the blood stain, what the fuck is the blood stain gonna do? Oh, look at the mark on the... He has blood on his arm. How would we even argue that? All right, Anton, what should I do? Should I... You have the bag in a court record? No, we don't have the bag. We can't look at the bag. That's the shitty part. Whoa, magnifying glass. Whoa, I don't think I was supposed to unlock this feature. There's something. Oh shit. That was cool. All right, what should we do, Antown? Should we go for the weird bull tattoo weird thingy?
Yes.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? Look at this here. There's a very unusual mark on the victim's wrist. That is true. It looks almost like a burn of some description.
Objection! Dear me, I was pondering what new piffle you would come out with. A burn, you say, on the victim's wrist? Clearly it has nothing whatsoever to do with the magnificent lady's handbag.
Yes, that is a burn mark, you're right. Go on, Inspector. The police coroner... Look, she's not smiling anymore. Got her ass. The police coroner also noticed it was it when he was performing the post-mortem examination. It was deemed unrelated to the cause of death, so he didn't note it in his report.
What did I tell you? In any case, we have no idea when the victim suffered this burn, do we? And no possible way of knowing either. The more I look at it, the more I find myself intrigued by the curious shape of this mark.
However, as prosecutor Auchi points out, unless a firm connection to the case can be shown, I cannot allow any further time to be spent on precise details of this burn. Excuse me, Your Excellency. It would seem Miss Brett has a lunch appointment with the dean and other university staff. Oh, now she's trying to leave. Now she's trying to leave, bro. She would like to know if she may be excused from the stand now.
Oh, of course, dear lady. We shan't have you up any longer. I'm quite sure His Excellency is about to give his final ruling anyway.
What's your thinking on this, Ryunosuke? Do you believe this burn does have something to do with this case? To be honest, I'm not really sure. But if I don't keep pushing, then it's all over. So I was thinking I should keep digging and digging, in the hope that it might uncover something useful. Yes, you're right. I am? If we can just link that burn to the case, if we can do that, we might be able to prise this shutting door back open again. Just give up,
counsel. You can't possibly hope to do that.
Indeed, I'm afraid that without evidence, I can't allow you to pursue what is little more than conjecture. But if we had evidence that irrefutably linked the burn on the victim's wrist to the case, then you would allow it. I would, yes. To tell the truth, I hadn't noticed that burn. But as soon as you pointed it out, what I did notice was the color draining from Miss Brett's face. Really? I have to find some link between that burn and the case. This is the moment of truth. It's time to find some evidence that proves what that burn really means. Oh shit. The evidence that demonstrates an inextricable connection between the victim's burn and this trial? The burn? How do we even how do we tell if we burned? Wait, this is oh fuck I'm only dude. How can we tell? What could burn them? What could have burned them, huh? What could have burned them? I don't get it. I don't get it. You see it? The stake! The steak! Oh my god, it's the steak! What is that? Is it really the steak? Oh my goodness gracious. Oh god, dude. I actually don't know what to do. Is it the purse chains? Is it the chains on the purse? It's in the picture? What picture? This picture? You talking about this picture? The other one? This one? The first one? This one? The steak? Second one? It's the steak, bro. It's the fucking steak. It's the fucking steak. Oh my goodness. He got burned by the steak. Oh! Oh! Oh my god.
We were looking at the steak when it was this.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Yes.
Oh. Yes, Your Excellency, I believe photographic prints are an amazing invention. When we humans look at a scene, we miss things. But in a photograph, things we may have overlooked are at the time are recorded forevermore.
Do hurry up, rookie. What are you trying to say? To inconvenience this poor lady any further really would be quite inexcusable.
Actually, we may need you to stay with us a little longer if you don't mind, Miss Brett. Uh-oh. You see, it's very clearly visible in this other photograph. How did the victim come to have that unusually shaped burn on his wrist? The reason is recorded here forevermore. What? How?
Objection! You can't fool me with your little bluffs, boy. If that's your game, then let's see how it plays out. Show the court exactly what you mean.
What is it in this photograph that explains the reason for the victim's burn? Bada bing, bada boom.
The beefsteak?
No, you fucking babingo. Even though I thought it was the beefsteak. Actually, the point is the metal plate the steak was served on. The plate? Ah! Ah!
Your Excellency, are you alright?
As you can see, there's an emblem on the plate. I would guess it's some sort of trademark of La Carnival. Ah! The emblem on the plate! And the victim's burn are exactly the same shape. Ah! Ah! Ryunosuke, you genius! You're spot on. Which means the victim must have suffered this burn while he was present at the restaurant. Da, 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 da. But even if that is the case, we can't know if it happened on the day in question or not. It could have been the day before, the day before that. It must have likely happened at
It was at some related time.
well,
Objection!
Sadly, Prosecutor Anchi, the chances of that are extremely slim. Thanks.
Why?
The outline of the burn is clearly discernible. Such a serious injury would have caused quite a commotion in the restaurant. Wouldn't you agree, Inspector Hosonaga? I can't imagine having missed such a terrible disaster, certainly.
But...
I would say, looking at the picture of the wound, that it wasn't suffered very long ago. And although it is not a particularly large burn, it's extremely well defined, as the defense just pointed out. This was no mild burn, that's for sure. Can you be more specific, Inspector? Well, let's see. If the plate was at around 90 degrees centigrade, a burn like that would have taken around 3 seconds. It's inconceivable that the victim would have let out a scream of pain then. I've been investigating at the restaurant for several weeks already, but I've not heard anyone scream at all. As the head waiter of La Carnival, I can testify to that without hesitation.
But you're the detective, not a waiter.
Yes!
There you have it. Something isn't right here. As the detective said, anyone who burnt themselves on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds would scream in pain. There's no question of that. And yet, Inspector Hosonaga never heard the professor scream. Not on that day, or any before it. That's right. And the strange thing is, on the day he was shot, I didn't hear him cry out either. What are you suggesting? Omae wa mo shinderu. He was already dead. That would be beyond careless, I think, Counsel. Then the rest of us in the restaurant, myself, the sergeant, and the old antiques dealer, all of us would have, without any question, have heard him scream. Wouldn't you agree, Prosecutor Auchi?
Oh, well, yes, I suppose.
So the question is, why didn't a single person hear Dr. Wilson scream? I almost don't believe it. Ryonosuke, do you think? Can it really be true? I never dreamt we arrive at a conclusion like this, but I'm starting to think that maybe we've been led to a terrible trap. There's only one explanation that I can think of to make sense of this apparent impossibility. On the day in question, when he suffered the burn to his wrist, Dr. Wilson was already dead. Dun dun dun. Omae wa mo shinderu. No man could remain silent when his wrist was burning on a piping hot plate for 3 whole seconds. That's clearly impossible, apart from in one particular situation. Counsel, are you suggesting? Yes, it's only possible if the man was already dead. Already? Dead? Knowing what we know now, it's the only possible explanation. When the beefsteak was brought to Dr. Wilson's table that day, the professor was already dead. That's madness. Wait, so you think he died of poison and he just got shot? Oh my holy Jesus. Order, please. Counsel, explain a certain notion at once. The victim was killed by a gunshot. That's right. That's absolutely right, Your Excellency. This is just another ridiculous ploy by the rookie student, but clearly he had no grasp of the facts.
Objection!
No, Prosecutor Aochi, it's you who has no grasp of the facts.
I beg your pardon?
As soon as it became apparent that the victim had suffered that burn while at the restaurant, this whole case was turned upside down. Or have you not grasped that yet? Your Excellency, the court must hear from this witness again. If it's true as we now believe, then the victim was already dead before the gunshot was heard. It is highly likely that Miss Brett knows something about it. Incredible. I certainly didn't anticipate this twist of events. I'm sorry to say, Miss Brett, that you will have to forget your luncheon engagement.
But Your Excellency!
The justice system in our country may be in its infancy, but rest assured, all reasonable doubts must be dispelled before I am prepared to pass judgment. Thank you, Your Excellency. What was that smile? Yes, of course. She knows English. She knows Japanese. I mean, I'd be delighted
to help, especially if it helps relations between my country and yours.
Nani?
Ah, Miss Brett, you speak Japanese. Well, of course I do.
Oh,
Well, of course I do. I'm studying in your country after all.
she almost gave her the fucking Weevil voice. But then, why have you been speaking through an interpreter until now?
My mother's tongue, the Queen's English, is the most refined and elegant language in the world. As a gentlewoman, I would try to avoid speaking in your vulgar tones as much as possible. But it seems that the men in this land possess none of the chivalrous virtues of English gentlemen. So I can see that I shall have to lower myself to communicating with you all on your own level. Well, you are the epitome of a true English gentlewoman. We are truly honored by this lavish consideration you so graciously afford us.
I see. In that case, Miss Brett, I will now ask you to testify in your own words about the events leading up to the death of the victim, Dr. Wilson. So we're finally going to hear her own words on the matter. Things are getting interesting, Ryunosuke. Witness testimony. The victim's death.
Unfortunately, I have no idea when the poor man burned his wrist like that. When the waiter brought my steak, the professor and I raised our glasses in a toast. As far as I've heard, the post-mortem report showed no other possible cause of death besides a gunshot. If there's some other way a man's life can be taken without leaving a trace, please do show me. But of course, this country's inferior investigative techniques probably wouldn't have picked up on it anyway.
That's what I'm saying. What the fuck is this investigative skills, dude? Jesus Christ. This shit would have been done deal, bro. Fucking investigator needs to get fired, bro. What in the fuck? That most captivating and beautiful testimony will go down in the Supreme Court's history. Thank you. Easy does it.
I hope this is the last time I have to sully my lips with the coarse tones of your unbecoming tongue. Oh, forgive me. I do hope I haven't insulted anyone. Not at all. Not at all. It is a delight merely to hear you speak, dear lady. And it seems very clear from your testimony that this boorish talk of a victim's burn is utterly irrelevant. I will be speaking to your country's Minister of Justice about what has happened here today. The Minister of Justice! May that irritating little bully of a student be given the harshest punishment possible. Amen.
Bitch, I'm about to send you behind bars. Thanks. Was that a prayer then? Well, you'll have to forgive the irritation, Miss Brett, and put up with a cross-examination now. I expect you notice that this little bully of a student, as you put it, doesn't miss much. Uh-oh, bitch, you fucked up. Uh-oh, dude. I'm sure I don't need to remind you, Councilman, that this will be your final cross-examination this trial. If you fail to demonstrate any problems with this witness testimony, I will be ruling on the case immediately. Is that clear? Oh! Yes, Your Excellency. Then you may proceed with the cross-examination. Cross-examination? How do you have no idea? Weren't you eating the steak? You can't not have noticed. Do you think so? Let me ask you something. Sorry?
Ever since I arrived at this courtroom, and even still now, the fly on those unsightly black trousers of yours have been wide open. You can't not have noticed, can you?
Huh? What?
Haha, what fun! You hadn't realized. The dear lady is absolutely right.
As your friend, you embarrassed me as well as yourself, Yunosuke. Wait, but like, that's different. A fucking man has his hand on your fucking plate. My fly is different here. You have a man has his hand on your fucking plate. How do you not notice that? Oh, this is different. This is two different scenarios.
Dr. Wilson was a true English gentleman. He chose honorable silence over a vulgar scream. Can your tiny brains imagine such a thing? Oh yes, I think my tiny brain can.
Well, I can't.
Anyway.
When a waiter brought my steak. Oh, Professor Nairis.
Yes!
Yes! How you testified before, you were drinking carbonated water, is that right? Dr. Wilson was only permitted to drink water at that time.
Dr. Wilson was only permitted to drink water at that time, do you remember? Which explains why he ordered that drink, correct, waiter?
Exactly as you say, sir. Although, whether or not the professor actually drank any of the water when I delivered a steak to the table, I'm afraid I don't remember that. Huh.
Damn you!
I
have enough English to understand that at least, for the benefit of other than corned bean beans, bless you!
I think it means the exact opposite.
Anyway.
Upon show no other possible cause of death besides the gunshot. Press. Yes, it's written here in the paperwork. Fatal hemorrhage from ballistic trauma. Yes.
Yes! Luckily for all of us, a little burn on the wrist isn't going to kill us. And as there was no other signs of trauma on the victim's body indicates some other cause of death. It could only have been the bullet from your gun that put an end to this innocent man's life.
But it doesn't make any sense. The burn must have happened straight away, when the plate was first brought to the table by the waiter. Yes, that's true. If it had been cooled even slightly, it wouldn't have been able to make a burn like that. And if that victim burned his wrist on the hot plate as soon as it was brought out from the kitchen, then he must have already been dead at that point. And yet,
the fact is that the victim was killed by a gunshot to the chest. Until you're able to show the court evidence to disprove that. This is a complete waste of time.
I concur. Professor Ochi is right. Ugh.
If there's some other...
please don't show me. Without leaving a trace.
If someone is shot, or strangled, or stabbed, or thrown from a height, however, a person's life is taken, there are always telltale traces on the body. Quite right there, lady. And as soon as our police force has thoroughly examined the body of the deceased, there can be no doubt. Isn't that right, Inspector Hosanaka?
I don't think so, man. Fucking, this guy investigator is missing a lot of shit, so I'm pretty sure the fucking police could fucking miss shit. And the police wants to fucking hide her and make her. There's a lot of shit going wrong, bro. What the fuck? Huh. There would be physical traces of all those causes of death. That's true. But maybe there's some other way of killing someone that doesn't leave a mark. Poison.
If heaven forbid you doubt me, young man, you're going to have to tell everyone how exactly you think the professor did lose his life. Otherwise, I'm afraid your argument falls rather flat, doesn't it? Oh no! Perish the thought! Calling such a sweet young lady innocent into question! On my honor, I, Takatsuchi Aochi, will cut down any who dare cast such aspirations.
A way of killing someone that leaves no trace. We need some evidence to back us up here. Yes, evidence. True!
Yes!
I agree. Inferior? What do you mean by that? In the lands of the Great British Empire, or
In the lands of the Great British Empire, the police store everything found at the crime scene for later examination. But in this country, you investigate once and that's the end of it. Isn't that so? Quite right. La Carnival is open for business as usual today, just days after the incident. Exactly, which means that even if the investigation takes a different direction,
what?
evidence may be lost.
Wait, what? Wait, what the fuck's going on? What is that?
It does even occur to your native detectives to try to present the crime scene. I'm trying to be as tactful about this as I can, you understand? Aha, killer blow! The lady is as formidable as she is beautiful.
Amazing. He actually admitting our police may be flawed. Perhaps Prosecutor Auchi is finally starting to see sense. I very much doubt that. Still, there's something about what Miss Brett just said. There was a moment before when something didn't seem quite right. What did you think, Ryunosuke? I think it's going terribly. No matter how much I press her, I'm not turning up any new information. Yes, as I suspected, she's a tough witness. We need to find a way to break her testimony, or the cross-examination will be over. But that would mean I have to find a way. There must be some clue somewhere to help us find a chink in her armor. Kazuma. What, Ryunosuke? There is one thing I noticed. Something's been bothering me. Bothering you? You mean about Miss Brett? Actually, no. It's the inspector. Inspector Hosonaga. The detective? Yes. He seemed to react a little strangely to Miss Brett's last statement. I was wondering if that might be significant. If it might present an opening, maybe. Alright, I have an idea. Try pressing her on that last statement one more time. If you think so, but this time instead of targeting the woman herself, let's see what we can get out of the detective. Alright then, I wonder what Kazuma's thinking. Here we go.
Yes! Wait.
Yes, there it is again. The detective's reaction is just the same as before. Why? Up until now, the detective has been in the stand with Miss Brett as her interpreter. But things are very different now. For this testimony, the detective is just listening to what the English woman has to say. This could be a golden opportunity. What do you mean? When people are actually testifying, they're usually very careful not to let anything slip. However, when they're listening to someone else speak, you'll find they'll often let their guard down. You're right. Look at him. He's lost in his own thoughts. It's time to pursue the man in his train of thought. Sorry, pursue? I'll explain how to do it now, Ryunosuke. It all has to do with the witness marker. What marker? At the moment, we're focused on Miss Brett, who's this person who's actually making the current statement. But by moving the marker left and right with your A and D muscles, you can turn your attention to other people in the stand. While you're looking at the other's witnesses, you'll be able to pursue them with the spacebar muscle. If you can catch a person at just the right time, you might uncover some new information to pursue. If you ever notice a strange atmosphere amongst the people on the stand, take a good look around. Alright then. So first I should move the marker across with my A and D muscle and focus on the detective. Then pursue him with my spacebar muscle and see what's on his mind. Here we go.
Wait. Excuse me.
Excuse me? What's the meaning of this? What's up, Yako? Welcome to the stream, dude. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to shock you. He really was lost in his thoughts, deeply. It looked like you were thinking something just now, Inspector. Perhaps having heard what the lady next to you had to say. If there's something you'd like to say, please share it with the court.
Objection!
What's the meaning of this? It's the delightful Englishman who's testifying at the moment. If you can't find follow for a testimony, then the cross-examination should be over immediately.
Oh, is that how it works? Absolutely not.
Huh?
The detective is in the stand, which makes him a valid witness. Ah, Jesus. Yes, not to mention the fact that he's intimately involved in the case. Inspector Hosonaga. Yes. Do you have something to add in relation to that statement just made by Miss Brett? Well, yes, if you don't mind, I would like to speak. The lady is right. Our country's police practices are not as modern as those used in Great Britain. Which is why I, Satoru Hosonaga, always strive to make every investigation I'm involved in flawless. What do you really mean by that? I'll tell you what I mean. I won't have evidence lacking on my watch. I'm not afraid to take everything I can from the scene of the crime. It's preserving evidence, you see. I don't care they call me a crime scene thief. I'm not ashamed of what I've done. A crime scene thief? Well, it looks like the ladies remarks touch a nerve there. Take this, for example. This is the bottle of carbonated water I took to the victim's table on the day in question. And yes, it lost all of its fizz, having been opening 3 days ago now. But it was carbonated water. I don't care what anyone says. Yes, and there's some in the bottle, I can see it. One day our police force will be among the best in the world. The time is coming, I guarantee it. Oh, the court will accept the glass bottle of water as evidence. The carbonated water bottle has been entered into the court record. Miss Brett. Can you confirm that this is indeed the bottle from which you drank on the day of the victim's death?
Yes. It was that bottle.
What was that about? She seemed to avert her eyes when she answered the judge's question. Very well, counsel. You may resume the cross-examination. And the inspector will kindly control his fervor. Ahem. Wait, what do I do now?
Yes.
The label is written in a foreign language that I don't recognize. Do you know what it says, Kazuma? I think it's French. This must be very expensive water. Yes, but what does it say? That's what I was asking. They go to France and ask. You could just say that you don't know. So this is the carbonated water, the last drink Dr. Wilson ever had? Looks like there's a little left in the bottle, although it's just plain water now. You know, I've been sweating so much, I'm absolutely parched. I'll just have a sip of this to keep me going. No, Ryunosuke, you can't do that. For one thing, that's evidence. You can't go drinking evidence. Oh no, you're right. We don't know what might be inside, do we? You never cease to amaze me, Ryunosuke, in more ways than one. I wonder, could there be anything in this water? What's the matter? You gone quiet all of a sudden. I think I might just have worked something out. An interesting possibility. Uh-oh. Oh, that was a great idea of yours, Kazuma. Well, it was all thanks to you noticing that the detective had reacted strangely to what the lady said. I never had guessed he had all that bubbling away under the surface. To be honest, you keep surprising me at every turn. Sorry? Oh, never mind. So we know that Dr. Wilson was killed at around the time the steak was brought into his table. And by some time and by some means that left no physical trace on his body. If we could just demonstrate how it was done. Well, I do have one idea about that, about how the professor was killed. Maybe I should just present the evidence and see what happens. Please do show me.
Yes!
Carbonated water bottle. What is this? The bottle of water? Actually, there is one method of killing a man without leaving a trace that comes to mind. Obviously, I'm referring to poison. Poison? On the day of his death, we know that Dr. Wilson drank from the bottle of carbonated water. Could it be that there was poison inside? Could it be that the professor actually died after taking a sip from his glass? Order, order, order! And on that day, who was sitting at the same table as the professor and able to slip the poison into his drink? There's only one person who could have possibly have done it. Giselle Brett. It was you.
Objection!
This is outrageous to suggest such a thing without a scrap of evidence. You little rookie imbecile, have you ever considered the delicate situation that our country finds itself in now? Have you forgotten that we have only just signed an accord of friendship with the British Empire? Have you even the vaguest inkling that your rash accusation could jeopardize the entire treaty?
Objection!
This is not a political arena. This is a trial to determine one individual's guilt with respect to one's crime. What? The fact that this woman is British makes no difference. We are here to determine the truth.
Ahem, if I may. I will silence you forever for this day.
Oh.
It is you who should be silent. Of course. Dear lady.
Where did that come from? She just snapped.
I'm afraid I may have spoken unfairly before. I offer my most humble apologies.
I'm sorry, my lady. To what are you referring?
I describe your police force as inferior, but no matter how inferior they may be, you still investigate this particular point thoroughly, I believe. The bottle, I mean, Inspector, and whether it contained poison or not.
Of course. You did? Have you forgotten what my guiding principle is already? I strive for a flawless investigation every time. I don't believe it. Naturally, we tested the inside of the bottle and its contents. And? What did you find, Inspector? I ordered tests for every toxin that's available in this country at the present time. We could find no trace of poison or any description in the bottled carbonated water, Your Excellency. What? Are you sure? The tests were meticulously carried out by the chief coroner himself. No! I'm very grateful to all you
I'm very grateful to all you Japanese. You successfully established my complete innocence in this horrid affair. Thank you. But of course, dear lady, the pleasure was all ours.
I was so sure. This can't be right. Everything falls into place if he was poisoned. Thank you, counsel. I think that cross-examination has clarified everything. As the prosecution have asserted, a shot to the chest from this gun is the only conceivable cause of death. Furthermore, the accused, who by his own admission was holding this weapon, is the only possible culprit. I'm done for. The court wishes to apologize for the great inconvenience that has caused you, Miss Brett.
Oh no, I'm just glad the matter is resolved.
Before proceeding, I must ask the counsel for the defense. Do you have any further new evidence to present the court at this point? The pistol! Kazuma? I'm sorry, Ryunosuke. I have nothing more. Well, if you'll excuse me now, I really must be leaving. Oh.
If you excuse me now, I really must be leaving.
Hold it!
Huh? Oh! The other lady!
Please, wait!
Isn't that? What is the meaning of this? Forgive me for
intruding on court proceedings, Your Excellency. Susato Mikotoba, Judicial Assistant to the Defense.
Mikotoba! In my darkest hour, with nowhere left to go, she appeared like a bolt of lightning. And in her hand, she carried a small package, wrapped in a furoshiki cloth. To be continued. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh shit. Oh, I think we call it wraps today, dude. Oh my god, this is a part 3? This fucking game is wild. Jesus Christ. Alright, guys. Thanks for tuning in today to my 8-hour and 31-minute stream. Jesus. Holy moly. Prepare for this series to get uploaded on YouTube, you know. Support my YouTube channel so we can have more chatters in the Twitch chat. And thank you guys very much for tuning in today. I'll be streaming again tomorrow after I finish my classes. Hopefully we could finish 12 minutes. We get a little bit more done for Road 96, and we could, you know, finish up on this fucking court case. We got a lot of games to keep track of now. So, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Hey, don't forget to subscribe and like and comment on the video. Thanks. And hit the bell icon too. Yeah.